Welcome to the Unholy Studios. My name is Dee, and today I'm going to show you my studio. I love using real tube amplifiers. However, when creativity strikes, I don't want to start setting up everything. I want to start working right away. So for me, it's very important to have everything set up at all times. And the guys at Klotz Cables were crazy enough to provide me with enough cables to make that happen. The main reason why I use Klotz Cables is actually this cable. I bought this cable when I was around 15 years old, and I've been using it since then. It has traveled the world with me, and I still use it on daily occasions. And this is the stuff you really want to use, the stuff you can rely on. Also, this video is sponsored by Klotz, so if you're looking for high quality cables, make sure to check them out. My studio is optimized for guitars, bass and vocal productions. And one of the latest projects I did here was the UDO Touchdown record. Well, this is the box set, but the vinyl is hopefully in there. In order to bring everything together, all the amps, digital and analog amps, I use next to the Friedman and Red 7 amps and Engel amps and Vox amps. I also use the Kemper quite frequently. And recently I added the FM3 from Fractal Audio, which is sounding phenomenal. However, all of those go into the Fireface from RME. That's my interface, which connects my amps to my DAW. I use Cubase, and this is kind of like the connecting heart of everything, right? Like everything goes into the Fireface and from there to my computer. And what's quite unusual is I'm actually using a laptop. The reason being, I travel a lot. I'm on tour constantly, and I just like to take my laptop, bring it on tour, and finish all the numerous projects I record while I'm here. In the corner of my studio, I have Ace and Ed watch over me, making sure I track my guitars correctly. Both of those players mean the world to me. I mean, Ace got me into playing the guitar. I got a bunch of vinyls from my dad when I was a kid. And every night I would choose one, you know, when I would go to bed, I would listen to a vinyl and start sleeping. Well, that was the plan. I would just stay up all night, finishing the vinyl and then go to sleep. And one of the vinyls that really stood out was Running with the Devil from Van Halen. This guy had a huge influence on everything that I do. So yeah, I keep them in the corner just to remind myself, you know, how it all started. This guitar is very special to me. I was offered to buy this guitar when I was around 22 years old. At the time I would live in Cambridge, UK, and I was playing with a band called The Treatment. Being 22 years old, obviously I couldn't afford it at all. I've always wanted a white Les Paul custom, you know, like seeing players like Randy Rhoads. So I literally sold everything that I had, everything, could make the down payment for this guitar. And well, you know, a couple months later then I was finally able to pay this one off. And I will never give this guitar away, ever. Recently, Daniel Schippers from DSG Guitars restored this guitar. So he kept all these little things that happened over the years. This is a guitar from '83. This line from Ibanez is actually my favorite line of guitars they do. This is the AZ series. And I have a couple more of those, but like I said, they're somewhere in storage rooms, or two of those are right now in Düsseldorf, waiting for me to play a show tomorrow there. But I have this one here in my studio right now. This is the guitar that I would use most of the times. Like I would play all the leads I do on songs with those guitars. I take them on tour. You know, this guitar, especially with those pickups, those are the Hammer and Anvil pickups by Klopman. It's just a match made in heaven. It has everything I look for in a guitar. You know, the classic Stratocaster vibe in a very modern way, and with a little more modern sound. Man, this is the guitar for me.